Cascavel on the border between Paraguay, Argentina and Brazil. A delicate operation is being organized that evening in the military police headquarters.
Eu vou na 1, Eduardo e Fabrício. Você vai na 2 junto com Magno.
Under Jamila's orders, the goal of these Ministry of Labour officials and police officers is to dismantle a possible human trafficking network. It's the result of a delicate, months-long investigation based on disturbing testimony.
This is the brothel known as Paraguayans. A young girl testified that she'd received an offer of work as a nanny, but when she arrived here in Brazil, she never worked as a nanny. She was forced into prostitution here in this region. Are they letting us in to talk to them?
In these brothels, which operate openly, there are dozens of young women, most of them from Paraguay. Surrounded by armed squads, Jamila tries to reassure them.
Hello, my name is Jamila. I'm a labour inspector and I'm here to find out if your rights have been respected. That's all. Where are you from?
These young women believed they were going to Brazil to work as childcare workers.
Is this where they sleep?
A dream life with a good salary and days spent looking after children. In this border region, Brazil is known for hiring armies of domestic workers, except that upon arrival, they were trapped in a prostitution ring.
Every week we have to pay them. If we don't make enough, then we're in debt.
Here's a record of their accounts of what they owe their pimp each week. This is proof that they stay here to pay what they owe.
That evening, it was difficult for these agents to find out more about this cross-border trafficking as the pimps fled the establishment. The young women will be sent home if they wish.
If you want to go back to Paraguay, you're free to do so.
There's no doubt that they were under direct control, which is a violation of their rights. This is a violation of labour rights, and we'll have to take action now to remedy this.
In another part of the country, almost at the same time, another more discreet inspection is taking place in the upmarket neighborhood of Ipanema in Rio de Janeiro. Labour Ministry prosecutor Tiago Gurjão and his colleagues receive anonymous reports of domestic workers having their rights violated almost every day, but this one caught their attention.
We managed to obtain a warrant to enter the building and check with the inspectors whether there was indeed a situation analogous to slave labor. Come on, let's go. I'm going to ask you to be discreet, please.
This time, we keep our camera at a distance. There are no police officers, no weapons, just their curiosity. And a talkative doorman.
A gente veio aqui justamente preocupado, receber uma ordem de serviço com a situação da dona Luzia, né?
43 anos.
Sempre diarista mesmo.
Sempre.
Nunca saía daí, nunca vinha ninguém.
Ninguém visitar.
Ninguém visitar. Vinha os pessoal da velha, mas dela mesmo nunca veio ninguém.
The apartment was recently vacated by the owners, but Dona Luisa is said to have worked there for more than 40 years.
Generally, these are people in a very vulnerable situation. The doorman confirmed that this woman was illiterate. Often these are people who are employed at a very young age, who have no contact with their families, who cannot read or write. These are the cases that usually attract our attention.
Investigators tracked her down in northern Rio, in this public retirement home.
Bom dia, tudo bem?
Colega Alexandre.
Só um momentinho que eu pegar a chave.
Tá bom, obrigado.
Como é que era o dia a dia da senhora?
Eu fazia tudo. Toda a vida eu trabalhei de cozinheira. Fiquei sem, para não ficar na rua, aí ficava... Não tem plano de saúde. Não.
E aí isso aí era sábado, era domingo, era todo dia?
Mas no emprego, se eu morando no emprego, era direta, né?
For the prosecutor, the situation remains very delicate. Like Dona Luisa, older domestic workers are often unaware of their rights.
We won't be able to get her out of here right away. She was treated almost like a human being, almost like a member of the family, almost like an employee, an eternal almost. And how can we save a victim after years of brainwashing when all she's known is that life? We can't wave a magic wand today and say, you're free. It's not that simple. It takes time.
According to the Labour Ministry, there are 6 million domestic workers in Brazilian households, most of them women. Nannies, cooks, cleaners, the majority are black. A law enacted in 2017 is supposed to protect them, yet less than a quarter are officially registered. At the end of the school day, an army of workers fills the parks of wealthy neighborhoods, recognizable by their white uniforms. Few are willing to talk about their working conditions.
We can't talk about it too much because our bosses might get angry and fire us from one day to the next.
But when they do speak up,
I work 48 hours or more. Yes, it's not much, is it?
If there's a room for us, it's very small. It costs the boss more, so we usually sleep in the children's bedroom.
It should be an 8-hour working day, but we usually sleep on site, and they don't pay us the extras we're entitled to. Overtime, abuse, even violence. And often, some people forbid us from using the main elevator. We have to use the service elevator.
it's a luxury compared to what the victims cared for by this association have endured. 2 years ago, with the help of these social workers, Ana Luisa managed to convince the authorities to rescue her aunt, Maria de Moura, from her employers, who'd become her captors.
We found her locked inside. And I filmed her employer arriving with the keys.
She spent 72 years in service to the same family from generation to generation. During the pandemic, Anna heard nothing from her. She began to worry.
Ué, gente, mas como é que faz pra poder sair se alguém passar mal?
Que ela veio pra cá com 12 anos, vocês sugaram tudo que ela tinha de vida, de saúde. Aí, ó, trabalhando pra vocês. Esse é o problema sério de saúde dela. É vocês que criaram. Você tá errado. Você vai discutir?
Her niece takes care of her now.
Today we live in the favela, City of God.
87 years old, she's unable to leave her home.
Maria has lost her ability to feed herself or go to the toilet.
So Ana Luisa comes here regularly to tell Elisa and Juliana her news.
I write down everything she needs here, for example, a wheelchair.
It's time for justice to be done for Maria.
Her niece is seeking 100,000 euros in damages, a ridiculously small sum compared to what her aunt has suffered.
When she left her home in the countryside, I think your aunt's parents really believed they were doing the right thing by sending her to the city. They thought she would have a better life. And people took advantage of that, turning that dream into free labor and exploiting these women.
To date, we have won in the labour court, but not in the criminal court. And even so, we have not received any compensation yet. All this will be behind us when justice is done.
Justice has been slow and blind for too long, focused only on shops and businesses. It's only since 2015 that Labour Ministry inspectors have had the right to enter private homes. In just 10 years, Juliana Mombelli has rescued more than 500 women from modern slavery, like Maria de Moura.
She slept on a small sofa with no privacy. She slept in the hallway.
For her, this case is proof that Brazil is still trapped in its past.
This dates back to the time when slavery was legal, when personal care jobs were reserved for enslaved women, black women who worked in the homes of wealthy employers. And when slavery was abolished, they weren't offered any opportunities, no decent work with a salary. These women were simply abandoned by society.
Elisa Rodriguez's association is working to rebuild these destroyed lives.
Today we're going to a neighborhood quite far from the center of Rio to visit a woman who was rescued a few months ago, to find out how her son and family are doing, and to check on her health and her search for a job.
Today she has an appointment at Marcela's house, who prefers to remain anonymous.
Tudo bem? Tudo bem? Ela fala, nossa, como meu quarto é arrumado.
A few months ago, she obtained this social housing thanks to Elisa's association, a room of her own and a dream come true.
It's so different from before. Now I have my own space, I can organize my things. I'm gradually buying clothes whenever I can. Back there, I couldn't have any of that. I felt like human waste.
Promising her a better life in Europe, she was exploited for several months by a Brazilian family who took her to Denmark. Marcela is part of a support group for victims, and she's been given training to re-enter the job market, this time legally.
The nursing course is going well. I passed my anatomy exam. I feel important. I feel like I can do something with my life.
She's learning freedom, being able to come and go as she pleases, do what she wants when she wants, buy what she wants, learning to get to know herself.
Like Marcela, nearly 3,000 domestic workers in Brazil have been rescued from modern slavery over the past 20 years. According to the Labour Ministry, this represents only 6% of the roughly 46,000 women in vulnerable situations. It's painstaking work celebrated that evening at the foot of Christ the Redeemer.
Are you all right? It's cold outside, but it's fine here.
I don't want anyone to make me suffer anymore.
Prosecutor Tiago Gurjão, Elisa and her colleagues, judges, police officers, survivors. They're all here to commemorate World Day Against Trafficking in Persons and Modern Slavery.
Every case we work on helps to raise awareness among other people. Little by little, I believe we are changing attitudes in the country.
Last year, a new law was enacted making it compulsory to declare these employees with stiff penalties for non-compliance. The government's goal is to end informal work of this kind by 2030, so the army of Brazilian domestic workers can finally emerge from the shadows.